company this Ramadan.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. We are now in conversation with Ashraf Gangrekar. He is from the Africa Muslim Agency, and they have just supported us to get this hour going. And even if we run over the hour, Ashraf, that is your barakat.
Okay,
and,
Jazakallah, thank you.
and Ashraf and I are going to have a bit of a discussion about care and concern. Basically, in my words, Ashraf, would be in the work I do, it's about solidarity, right?
It has to be.
When I look at your what you guys do, meals for mercy, zakat, boreholes, providing water, it is, just reading it, one is exhausted, right? It is so much. So,
Sure.
so my question to you, Ashraf, is that I know that us who do battle cannot fight on an empty stomach, of course, Ramadan excluded. So you're feeding people, making sure they get sustenance. I want to dig deeper in this care and concern for others and for yourself. What what is the strategy? What is the thinking behind it? How will it bring about a better world, changes? I want to get the head thinking about it.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. It's great to meet you and to chat to you and to your viewers and this listenership. Hassan, listen, because I will get to your answer in the second, right? And happily will engage you on that. What I do want to do is it's in Ramadan. I know yesterday I was speaking about, let's not give up and, let's just keep on the focus, etc. And so today I just wanted to share with this notion of this. In fact, we can, and it maybe dovetails on piggybacks on your question, the sense of charity begins at home. So it's easy now, in perfect Cape Town tradition, right? We all get on mosque and there's a particular dua that we recite, Allahumma itkum minan nar, and Allah save our necks from the fire of hell. And so I pursued this a little bit, and some of the scholars in the reading that I've done teach us that in order to save your own neck from the fire of hell, you got to save someone else's neck in this world. And this notion of be concerned about someone or something else. And so what I was going to share before your excellent question, Hassan, was this notion of, man, just have a look at the family and friends around you. So it's great. So African Muslims Agency, I can sit here and wax lyrical that we are active in 23 different countries, in Africa, up with the West Africa, in Chad, Mali, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, throughout the Middle East. But I'm actually just worried about the person who's living close to you, and I'm not sure which area you stay in, Hassan. So I'm in Cape Town, and I'm going to say here on the Cape Flats, and in our townships of Khayelitsha, Guguletu, and Langa. And if we understand that in order for us to save our necks from hellfire, I need to improve the life of another. And it doesn't always need to be about money. Because I'm saying to you very clearly, and again, the prophetic saying that even a smile is charity, just to find out how someone else is. Perhaps to share then, I'm not even going to go down our Meals of Mercy campaign, but just to take of yours. And there's a beautiful tradition that's been going on forever in Cape Town, where people, particularly, in a well-populated Muslim community, they go from house to house. Normally we use the children to share what we call barakah, yeah? As in, I made samosas today, you take this next door is going to send us sisters, and from about, so let's say iftar is 7 o'clock now, from around 6:15, this happens. And for me, this is the essence of community. So the care and concern that I want, and that I'm strongly encouraging for us to have as not a byproduct, as a result of Ramadan, as a result of the increased social consciousness, is that we take care of family, friends, and by extension, then community. And then we will export that, in a sense, elsewhere. The converse is what concerns me. That we will say, oh no, it's Ramadan, alhamdulillah, I've dispersed my zakah and my fitrah and I've given in sadaqah as we must, and that's great. and we'll say, emotionally, alhamdulillah, we attach to Gaza and Syria and all of these places, and your neighbor is perhaps hungry, or the neighbor's children don't have, maybe that they want to get themselves something nice for Eid, and so on and so forth. So this care and concern must be as a result of the heightened consciousness that we've developed in Ramadan. And so what? There are 3, 4 days left, bottom line. And so if it's not there yet, don't give up, just continue working. But I'm hoping in chats like this with people like yourself, Hassan, that we remind each other that this ultimately is what it's all about. And that Ramadan cannot be, and this is the last comment I want to make before you can speak and ask me further questions, Hassan. I don't, in my opinion, I'm happy to be corrected, right? The alims out there, and don't misunderstand. I see Islam as a religion of action, and too many times we, reduce it to a religion of prayer. And so, to take the prayer, convert that into action, is of benefit both to the giver and more important, no, to the receiver and more importantly to the giver.
Thanks, Ashraf. You on such a roll. I didn't know you were going to give me a chance.
No, no,
Uh,
I'm just warming up, bro. I'm just warming up.
Ashraf, just when you started off earlier, I got the impression you were going towards the fear of doing wrong and what will happen to you. Save your neck. But when you spoke, you were beginning to talk about the love, the Taramakasi kind of culture. And I'm hoping in some way, this is a memory that I grew up with. I'm a Joster, but I remember this so beautifully from Cape Town, how this idea of the trays walking, kids walking around there is such an image. So my question to you, can this month be bottled up and spread across the 11 months afterwards, that goodwill that we've shown here, you know can it be, repeated? Can it even be maybe like some people wear a t-shirt, football t-shirt on Friday? Can it be the Friday one to start off, where we do this? But I mean, you guys have this challenge. So the love for Allah, the love for the ummah, and is so much inspirational. I would hasten to say, more than the fear that saving your neck.
Oh, yeah. Firstly, I want to say to you, again, prophetic is that Allah tells us, I am as the believer sees me. So for me personally, Hassan, Allah is the God of love and a God of mercy. And if we see Him as only punishing, then I think we see too little. Wallah, seriously,
Right.
right? But your question is, can this continue? Bro, if I had the answer for that, I think billionaires is what you and I will share some of it with you. Um, the answer to that is no, not in my opinion. What there is, and again, I'm proudly Cape Toadian, and all of that stuff. There exists the spirit, but for its practical implementation, we need things like you just suggested. Maybe just the Friday idea and the Friday T-shirt, Um, but there's another tradition, and maybe memories of Cape Town on a Thursday night. That for us is what we call Khadat night, the Dhikr nights.
Yeah.
And people would take these treats to the masjid. And so again, as a community, you gather. And so I'm not sitting here in judgment of any other communities, right? I don't know anything else about whether Gauteng or Durban or Eastern Cape. Well, the Eastern Cape, there's a lot of the Western Cape attitudes. But I am saying to you that there are attempts. And I think, in my observation of the masajids and the activities in Cape Town this year, I'm slightly more optimistic. And one of the reasons for this is the involvement of youth groups in the mosques. And I really enjoyed, I mean, we're just talking general now, right, Hassan, is that mosque committees or those who, perceive themselves to be in control, in charge of the affairs of governance of a mosque, they've really reached out to young people, whether it is a big thing in Cape Town, is also the Nasheed groupings. And people have attended these gatherings in their thousands, literally. And so this type of phenomena, they might well be the revolution. So let's be optimistic and not go for the other 11 months, which is the ideal, right? Don't misunderstand. But let's be pragmatic and say maybe 3 months from now.
And then we assess, and 3 months thereafter. So,
Yeah.
Ashraf, I'm teasing you, but
No,
listen, the I mean, when we traveled with our family, my final comment to you, in 2019, and one of our visitors insisted that we go to a Sikh temple or whatever it is, because she knew they would be feeding people there. Right now, I think that you're onto something. And if I have to think of any organization with the reach that you guys have, with the youth impact, really, it's a noble idea to make sure that we get that culture of solidarity, the Taramakasi with the trays. It's a beautiful image, right? To Well, let's try for 3 months. But thank you for your wisdom, Ashraf. Last words from you.
Yeah, I think I thoroughly enjoyed engaging you, and quite honestly, your thoughts, spur for me to be thinking further. And as you said, it's a noble thing, but it's not for us to do alone. It's bottom line, get on board.
Mm.
It's not about the money. It's in fact about the heart, and I mean this, Hassan. So you give a little bit of yourself for what you can manage. Don't compare to yourself to what anybody else is doing, and either what amount of money they're giving. Give up your heart, man, not of your wallet. Let's make the
Yeah.
magic happen.
So, Ashraf, just it was my last comment. We go on Saturdays, and at some of the masjids they give out halim during
Yes.
Ramadan, and irrespective of class, race, color, people are there in the queue, and it's such a beautiful
There
equalizer.
we go.
Anyhow, assalamu
Take
alaikum,
care.
and
Have a great day.
thank you.
Walaikum salam. Thank you. Walaikum
Thank you,
salam.
my brother. Thank you. That was Ashraf Gangrekar, very interested in things of justice, solidarity, concern, and care. We hope we bottle him up. He's here regularly. We need to just ask him what's happened. For me, friends and comrades, listeners, it's been an amazing hour, 2 hours. Uh, and the overriding theme is about how we can unleash the power of care, love, and justice for everybody, so that we can make the world a better place. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. They're killing our brothers and sisters, and animal life. Everyone is being killed as we talk. But it happened in South Africa too. We've got to keep the hope alive, because without hope, we can't get up to fight again. Shukran, everybody. Thank you for having me, and I enjoyed engaging with everybody here today. It was News and Views on Salam Media. Thank you very much.